The cinematography of Sicario is one of its most striking features. The film's director, Denis Villeneuve, and cinematographer, Roger Deakins, use a variety of techniques to create a visually stunning and emotionally engaging experience. At end of this video we will look into subtext underlying in film Sicario. One of the most notable aspects of the cinematography is the use of a desaturated color palette. This is particularly evident in the outdoor shots of the desert landscapes in Arizona and Mexico. The muted color scheme helps to convey the bleakness and desolation of the environment, as well as the moral ambiguity of the film's central conflict. In addition to the color palette, Deakins makes use of a number of visual techniques to heighten the tension and atmosphere of the film. One example is the use of high-contrast lighting in certain scenes, such as the nighttime raid on the cartel's safe house. This creates stark shadows and emphasizes the darkness and danger of the situation. In contrast, the scenes set in the United States during the day are typically lit with more natural and even lighting, which creates a sense of security and stability. However, even in these scenes, the use of shadows and contrast is still present, albeit in a more subtle way. This helps to maintain a sense of tension and unease throughout the film. Another notable technique is the use of unconventional camera angles and framing. For example, in the opening scene of the film, the camera is positioned at ground level, looking up at a group of SWAT team members as they prepare to enter a house. This low-angle shot creates a sense of unease and tension, as it makes the viewer feel as though they are crouched alongside the officers. In contrast, during the daylight scenes in the United States, the camera movements are more controlled and steady. This creates a sense of security and stability, which is then contrasted with the chaos and unpredictability of the border regions. Throughout the film, Deakins also makes use of tight close-ups and extreme long shots to create a sense of intimacy or distance, respectively. For example, in the scene where Kate first meets Alejandro, the camera cuts back and forth between tight close-ups of their faces, creating a sense of intense connection between them. The cinematography in Sicario is not only visually stunning, but it also serves to enhance the film's narrative and themes. For example, the use of handheld camera work helps to create a sense of realism and immediacy, which puts the viewer in the character's shoes and allows them to experience the action firsthand. The use of a muted color palette helps to create a sense of bleakness and despair, which reflects the film's moral ambiguity. And the use of wide-angle lenses helps to create a sense of claustrophobia and oppression, which reflects the character's sense of being trapped and overwhelmed. Overall, the cinematography in Sicario is masterful and serves to enhance the film's narrative and themes in a variety of ways. It is one of the film's strongest elements and helps to make it a visually stunning and emotionally engaging experience. Subtext underlying in Sicario. The nature of evil. The film explores the nature of evil. Is it something that is inherent in individuals, or is it something that is created by society? This is reflected in the film's characters, who are all complex and morally ambiguous. Moral ambiguity. The film explores the moral ambiguity of the drug war. There are no easy answers, and both sides are capable of great violence. This is reflected in the film's cinematography, which often uses handheld camera work and muted colors to create a sense of chaos and despair. The role of women. The film also explores the role of women in the drug war. Kate Macer is a strong and determined woman who is not afraid to stand up for what she believes in. The futility of war. The film suggests that the war on drugs is futile. The violence and bloodshed continue, and there is no end in sight. This is reflected in the film's ending, which is both bleak and hopeful. The power of the state. The film also explores the power of the state. The government is shown to be capable of great violence, and it is often unclear who is really in control. This is reflected in the film's depiction of the CIA, which is shown to be a ruthless and secretive organization. The cost of war. The film shows the cost of war, both in terms of human life and in terms of the moral fabric of society. The violence and bloodshed of the drug war takes a toll on everyone involved, both the perpetrators and the victims. The importance of hope. The film also suggests that hope is important, even in the darkest of times. Thanks for joining us on this cinematic journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Until next time, keep watching, keep learning, and keep creating.